right?
uh, not really, no. Well, anyone who has dungeoneering can go ahead and toss me a check about them. Or you might spend a little bit of time before you take off to get some books and do some learning.
No, I'm not in combat with a will-o-wisp, so I can't use my armor to try and see if the whole magic works on that.
And Go-Chen looks over at the people who look like they know how to read.
Yeah, sadly, your knowledge bookie is, not here.
Okay, hey, muncher crunching.
I know how to read, but I just don't retain the knowledge, and I'll knock myself on the head. Unless it's got to do with smithing, or
Or
armor
Weston.
making,
Mm-hmm.
or knocking shit down.
Nope, not any more than that. And then dungeoneering. Ava might know a thing, but she'll have to share it when she gets back. Effectively, will-o-wisps are not incorporeal. They're just stealthy little bastards.
They just go invisible.
Oh
And
god, that's right.
they're real phased. Like, they super phased.
So where's our first safe stop?
On the river.
Looks like, in terms of how the caravan will travel, that will be up to the party and Balana the fortune teller. At some time, she'll probably collect you guys all at the Ramble House, set you down, and pull out a map similar to what you're able to look at right now. Considering that we do not share the same security in having a token by which the orc hordes will not attack us on the onset, our first likely stop will wish to be Castle Everstand in Last Wall's borders. It'll take us a couple days to get there, but we'll be able to resupply, drop off said message that Ternal seems to want delivered, and we won't have to worry as much about an orc incursion. Unless, of course, something has gone down. From Castle Everstand, we'll need to ford the river, which will take a small amount of time, depending on, how equipped you are in order to help with that. But from Castle Everstand, I suppose that we can head into the marsh. Rumor has it that there is a, let's say, tribe, we'll call them a tribe, of Eruxi that reside in there. They are opportunistic, if I were to give a descriptive word for them. They're usually willing to trade in a number of different things, although they're definitely skeptical of deals with pink skins or green skins, to say the least. If we can negotiate terms with them, we might have a lucky chance of being able to procure such a token, provided that they have one that they may have stolen off of whatever roaming band was unfortunate enough to walk into the marsh and the lands within. Whilst within the marshes, we may also be able to request of their aid in order to seek the quarry that we are aiming to find. Within the marsh, we should hopefully have less of a problem with orcs, but we'll also need to be more worried about marsh giants, will-o-wisps, and the like. Other natural inhabitants that are unsavory. Once you've completed your business within the marsh, we'll be able to make our way towards the fort proper. This will be the longest and most dangerous trek of travel, as we will be deep into the hearts of the lands of Belkzen, where the territory is a little more fought
How's
over.
it going?
explaining the travel and the path you are likely to take in order to get to your
High
desert.
risk, high reward.
Yes. It seems it'll take a couple days in order to get to Castle Everstand, where you'll have a safe night of rest, hopefully. From Castle Everstand, you'll be heading into Ghostlight Marsh, which should take roughly a day, day and a half, at worst, depending on anybody who gets in your way or the like, where you will hopefully parlay with a tribe of Aruxi, or for those who don't know their tribal name, they're also referred to as lizard folk.
Oh yeah, this will be easy.
Whilst within the marsh, you're expected to try to seek out the Vault of Thorns in order to collect the cache of weapons and such that will hopefully help you against the giants of Red Lake Fort. But once you've completed the collection there, you'll have the journey to Red Lake Fort proper, which should take a few days depending on the resistance that you have heading that way, as you would be deep into Belkson's territory and thus free game for many of the orc tribes. All in all, you may be able to shave off up to a week of time that you would have spent if you had gone by boat.
Furthermore, it is my opinion that the orcs must face extinction.
Well, you know, that is certainly a difficult task, considering their numbers and their prominence within the city of Urgir, not too far north of Ghostlight Marsh.
And thus a new path for a new lich is born.
I mean, out of character, the orcs of Belkson have been used by the, Whispering Tyrant, who is literally like the lich god.
Yeah, but I was joking that someone that wanted to actually make orcs extinct would actually need immortality to get the job done, because it would take so damn long.
Mm-hmm. Certainly. Hell, in Pathfinder 2nd Edition, the orcs have basically kicked the hordes of the undead out of Belkson again. Kind of funny. In any case, Balana will explain to you that outside of your party of 7, including Chompy, there will be an additional 5 hands helping with the caravan, considering that we'll need supplies, and it's best to travel in numbers. She has a retinue of, people in mind in order to help with the general travel. But she also has some things that she wishes to trade as she goes along. But
I've got a question.
Sure.
Can Chompy, on his tiny arms, equip a buckler?
No.
We strap them to the sides.
No.
Are we?
I think that would just be improvised light armor if we just strapped a bunch of bucklers to his sides. And he already has a chain shirt effectively in Barding.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna have to put a hard no on that one.
If I'm right, though, if we did strap a bunch of bucklers to his side, it would be counted as like light armor or something, right?
It would be unwieldy armor.
That's what I said, improvised.
Yep, you'd certainly be suffering all sorts of penalties and things of that nature. But Milano will give you guys the heads up to let her know when you are all ready to leave. Basically, Andrew, I just gave them a recap as to the fact that you'll of your general journey and the demi-plane that you'll need to visit But
Oh, this is a demi plane. Wonderful.
the Council of Thorns, a militant circle of druids, once resided in Ghostlake Marsh and had done battle with the orcs and the marsh giants of the land. And before their fall, they had collected a cache of weapons and such that Silvermane, the druid who had assisted in Chompy's revival, believed to possibly be worth your investigations.
I just want to add a note that if we do end up talking to some lizard folk, that Dolgus is draconic. It's so scarily natural. It's just like he's from a different tribe of lizard folk. He's probably better at speaking draconic than he is at dwarven or common.
So you're telling me he's got a long tongue and lists?
I'm saying that he's probably got a scar at the end of his tongue from the time that he tried to split it a little bit just to be a little more lizard folk, but it ended up healing back wrong.
Funnily enough, gave him the list he wanted anyway.
But yes. So I guess I should ask, are there any final preparations that you all would wish to make before leaving Chernau? The caravan will be prepared with about 4 days worth of rations for each person, including for horses. You know that the lands of Belkzen are a scarce land when it comes to game and forageables. So any survival checks in order to assist with the collection of food will be a bit more difficult. It's not to say that there isn't anything.
What I'm hearing is I need to prepare a good berry just in case.
Yeah, probably.
Who knows?
Does good berry work on animals? Like if I fed a good berry to Chompy, would he be good for a day?
I do believe so.
So,
Sylph, go use the bathroom.
I only thing that I want to do is I'm going to find something that's broken and try to use the armor's mending ability on it, see if that magic still works.
Also,
And then the other thing I might do is challenge Gochin to a sparring match and see if the righteous might works for the other thing.
also do a wands recharge on their own in this?
Yeah.
Wands recharge on their own over the course of days. So at this point, your wands should be fully charged.
Yeah, we have healers here, so we can do a little spar.
All right. Go ahead and roll me a D100 for the mending and a D100 for the righteous might.
Oh Lord, here we go.
It seems that both function as intended.
Okay. Oh dear. Yay. So yeah, we go just back ourselves around a little bit.
Easy enough. Easy enough.
That 2D, some good.
What do you mean?
We're dueling to test things.
Oh, okay.
And Sylph has been able to use the bathroom fairly easily.
What's left of one of the outhouses is kind of sad. There's just, a piece missing off of one side.
Nah, I got recently mended.
Oh, I see. I had Coach and hold the one up, and I went, mending, and it worked. I went, yay!
And now people have privacy once again for the bathroom.
Oh yeah, I forgot. A berry cures a point of damage when used.
Mm-hmm.
Up to 8. That's not bad.
Is there anything? Ah, that's right. I have a delivery. So as everyone is getting their things together, Ruby would call Sylph up to the Ivory Hall.
Oh, jeez.
Ooh, you're in trouble.
Sylph will go heed the call.
When you arrive, you are escorted into one of the further back chambers, half of which you recognize. But, once you are there, you are... Ruby would look to you and say, all right, let's see about your musket.
My musket.
Hand it on over.
Okay.
She would open one of the steel-bound safes and set the musket within. This has served you well enough, but I do believe that with your ventures out into the wildlands, you're going to need something that is a little bit more potent. So, for the time being, she'll kind of pull out a different musket, one that seems quite a bit more sleek in design and clearly made of better materials.
Sweet.
She would hand over this musket. Its stock is made of like this nice cherry oak kind of coloration, and clearly it's got some, nice like dwarven etched runes to the side here and there.
It's a
Something designed and not been used in a while, but it has been made sure to have been maintained. It is combat ready, has been tested. This should provide a bit more bang for your buck. On top of that, she returns back to the safe and grabs some couple cases. Effectively, she draws out a case of alchemical cartridges, particularly paper shot. These will allow you to effectively reload your firearm just a bit faster. However, they also increase the misfire value by 1.
okay.
Dun dun dun. We're still level 4, right?
You're level 4.
Level 4?
Yes, you are. You're still level 4.
That's right, yeah.
So, for the purpose of this, loading a full round action becomes a standard action for a two-handed firearm.
Or a move action if you have rapid reload.
Indeed.
And if you have that, plus a certain thing from the Musket Master archetype, it's
Which he
actually now a
doesn't.
free action.
Yeah, which he doesn't. But, this is, a good step in the right direction. Effectively, you have 20 paper cartridges, and you also have you also happen to have, where's the other one? So many of these only use the scatter cartridge.
Both guns that can use scattered could also use non-scattered.
Most of them say that they have to be scattered. Yeah.
Those are usually those short-barreled, actual shotgun ones.
Yeah. So effectively, you've got 20 paper cartridges and 10 flare cartridges.
Ooh, you got some flare.
Yay.
Trying to find where I listed my. It'll be under equipment, right? Yeah. Oh yeah, we started with what you told us we started with, so I didn't. Yeah, that makes sense. In which case, I'm going to need to get some food, some dwarven trail rations, because dwarven rations are generally dried meat, which means I can feed them with chompy if necessary.
Fair
I'm
enough.
gonna get some dwarven rations too, that's for sure.
Steph waves to all of you.
I
Hey,
waved
Steph,
to the
we
staff.
want our sandwiches.
Exactly.
They want their sandwiches, apparently.
It's Valentine's Day, I want a sandwich.
And
They said that it's Valentine's Day and they want their sandwich.
I don't need a
It's
sandwich.
not
It's okay.
Valentine's Day.
Anna said she doesn't need a sandwich.
I can
Oh,
make
hi,
my.
Anna.
He's the only one I'm gonna give a sandwich to.
Damn!
I'll remember that.
She's nice to me.
You gotta be nice to
Or
the
I said
chaos
go
god.
drink water.
Go drink water, Derek says.
Damn it! Wait, I have to drink water today.
Just for that, she has to drink 2 glasses of water.
2 glasses, apparently. Right now. Pronto.
Make them little ones.
Alright. Wait, small
Gross.
glass?
No,
Water?
She's just suggesting
Eight-
small
8 ounce
glasses.
glasses of
You
water.
specified.
Derek says 8-ounce glasses.
I heard that.
My water glass. 1, 2. I really
Just a
love
reminder,
Pepper
if she
Friends.
wants to know what
I'm very
kidney stones
adorable.
feel like again, just don't drink water.
They're just teasing you about the kidney stone thing.
I know. I'm not taking it to heart, except for the sandwich bit.
Sandwich bit.
Fuck you on your sandwich.
It's okay. Andrew's had spaghetti, so he's fine.
Oh, I had rice
Usually I-
with a whole bunch of stuff in it. But I don't need a sandwich right now. She can make it tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna get back again.
Dwarven trail rations are 2 GP each, so I'm just
Love
going to
you,
buy.
everybody, too. Even the teasers.
Bye.
I'm going to buy 10 days worth of dwarven trail rations, 5 for me and 5 for Chumpy. So yeah,
Okay.
2 gold.
and that will cost me 20 gold. So
Those are easily accessible within town.
I would hope so, where we're at.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, how long is it supposed to take to get there?
Could take at minimum 7 days. If you are delayed, maybe a bit longer. Depends.
I will buy 10 days worth of trail rations then if it's So my fighter's kit does have normal rations. That'll be the emergency supplies.
Would bluff be like the same thing as persuade?
Bluff is when you wish to be coy about something, to lie, to deliver a secret message. Diplomacy would be if you are trying to convince somebody, like to state your case in a way that doesn't use a lie by any means. They're similar but different.
To have stealth go around and as much food as possible for being, the heroes in all of their town.
I'm sorry, you kind of cut out there.
Can I go and use our new renowned titles to try and finagle some free from the towns?
Certainly. People will give you some basic, rations, food, and like if you're looking for a basic meal, like
I want stocks.
You want
Look.
stocks?
I want a stockpile.
So they're gonna give him Wonder Meal. Alright.
Sadly, there
you know what
are a
makes you
number.
sick from eating it?
I'll tell you this. Go ahead and toss me a diplomacy check.
I'm all for him having to carry Wonder Meal. I think it's amazing.
A lot of people
Or
are.
we could put it in the chest.
A lot of people are still struggling from the recent raid upon the city. So they're able to give you some basic, rations. Of course, the Ramble House is more than happy to provide, meals for the day, but they're not going to last you on the road too long, considering that refrigeration is not a standard practice.
Yep, you want salted foods.
I was
So-
just gonna say, does Jess have any salt?
Jess's shop is currently closed.
What's Sylph's race again?
Asimer.
No. Well, you're
That
just
still
cutting
be
it
a
out
sylph,
then.
just so we can put it all together.
Well, I was gonna say, if it was an actual real race, you could have got a real race rations, which are, actually really good for you. But you're just kind of shit all luck.
I mean, like I said, if you're looking to
Oh, I
stockpile
hadn't
some-
even realized I was a dwarf when I grabbed dwarven shell rations. I was just like, I want the meat so I can be jumpy. That means I get to enjoy the bonus. Nice.
but
Mm.
you can certainly get a stockpile of rations and food, basic stuff. They're not going to be able to share the best of their best kind of stuff. They're all kind of trying to scrap, by what they've got, what didn't get ruined by the orcs in the raid, this, that, and the next thing. But they do apologize with, heartfelt apology of giving you only what little they can spare.
Yes, we get to benefit from hustle and forced march there, Andrew.
You get what? Sorry.
We get to our movement. We can hustle and do a forced march with these trail rations for a week longer than normal without any side effects.
Oh, in that case, I should probably go ahead and buy more of them because I don't have enough to last for a week on them. One moment.
Yeah. If you eat for a week, you can hustle or make a forced march for an additional hour without any ill effects.
I'm going to go ahead and just spend another 40 gold so I can buy 20 more trail rations.
That's going to be a bit much between the two of you. As
I've already bought 10, and you're buying another. You've already bought.
I already bought 10, so in that case, I'll spend 20 to buy another 10. So that's 30. That's 20 total for me and 10 for him.
I'm going to go ahead and roll a d20. And whatever the d20 is how many they have left. Because, normal rations are relatively a dime a dozen. Particular dwarven rations come in via trade merchants.
Hi.
Too.
Well, I guess I'll be spending 4 gold to buy 2.
Well, technically, you've got enough for you to, grab the bonus if you realize you're a dwarf.
He just likes meat. Ugh.
Anything Gochin picking up before, meeting up with the caravan the following day or so?
I think I'll pick up some of the regular rations. The orc ones aren't as interesting.
There isn't much in the ways of orc rations, particularly here. Despite the huge orc raid, that you think that's for a little more of the civilized, the orcs that came in here. If you could smack them down as good as you did, you doubt that they were a very prominent clan.
I see. Yep. So regular rations it is for me.
Sounds good.
Here for you.
And like I said, Valana explained that there will be some food stocks that the caravan will have with, as they did in fact hire a cook to kind of help with some of that. But having your own supply in case of dire circumstances the like might be useful.
Mm-hmm. The cook,
I think you should get some Wonder Meal. I hear it's great stuff there. What?
I'll pass on the Wonder Meal.
Oh no, it's great, Goshen. You should try it. Just for a day, you'll be fine. It'll put hair on your chest. Women will like that.
I'm sure it will.
What about you, Still? You want to try some Wonder Meal one day?
Just hand it out and I'll bite it.
Okay. I'm gonna buy I'm gonna buy one thing of Wonder Meal as well.
I don't even know what this is myself.
Oh, it's great stuff.
Wonder Meal is basically a cheap trail ration that makes you sick if you're on it long enough.
Wander Meal. Okay.
Yeah, and super cheap.
It's a
Like, I think it's copper. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a copper.
This tough dried cake is a halfling invention made from flour, water, and spices. Keeps for months without spoiling, travels well, and fills the belly. However, eating it for over a week without other nutrients requires the eater to make saves or be sickened. Oh, that's gruel. That's just dry gruel.
Actually, probably just enough water that it's able to go into a form.
Moist.
Ugh. It's a dried cake. This is a cake that's like...
It's hardtack, basically.
No, it's softer than hardtack. It's just soft enough that it's got like that chalky, powdery kind of like...
It's a powdered hardtack.
Ugh.
Where it probably does mental damage to you when you get sickened.
It'll be great.
So, with that, is everyone ready for their arrival to the caravan?
Sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
Very well. Before you are 3 wagons ready for departure, and seems that there are a few figures that seem to be roaming about. Seems that Omast is here, kind of just looking about, making sure that, people are here, kind of beckons you over. It seems the town was able to get your caravan all ready to get going. It's good of you to be able to take on the mission. I'm proud of you folk. And I'm even prouder when you come back and give us good news. Seems that there be a team of 6 to pair with your team of 7. And do your best to watch each other's backs out there. You never know when the greenskins are going to come out of the shrubbery.
I noticed he said a team of 7. He's counting Chompy. Good.
Wait, what about the greenskins? As Gochen gives him a little stare.
They smell like you. Let's go.
Ochin, my furry friend. He kind of pinches your cheeks. You can smell a little bit of the alcohol on his breath, like he's been celebrating. Right. Back to the matter of business. So, you've got a number of friends to get introduced to. I'll let you get to that. Be safe. Yeah. And so he kind of just departs with a wave, so long as people let him. But let's go ahead and run down the line of your caravan members. Let's see. Yep, I can see. But I don't. Yeah. So of course, the fortune teller. Blonda's there waiting for you all with a pleasant but reserved smile as usual. In the back of one of the wagons, seeming to load a few things, is a almost brownish skinned orcish-like feller. And she says, let me introduce you to everyone. Dragar, over here. This fair man is a scout and an outlander for us. He will be in charge, well, not so much in charge, but just one of our lended hands to making sure we're navigating our path correctly, and is experienced in the ways of knowing when some of the tribes are passing through, whether it be a war band or whether it be a small scouting party. he's got a sense for these kind of things. A derelict member from a fallen clan once upon a time ago that I picked up. Following that, she looks around and is like, and you all are fairly familiar with this face, I'm sure. Roddy, get on over here. As Roddy kind of like has that look of like, yeah. Everyone, seems that almost thought it good that I join you on this venture and make sure to see the mission through to its end. I apologize for any troubles I may have caused you in the past.
No, we good. You can stay here. We got this.
I severe dysentery.
Roddy's here to be a pleasant face and aid us in negotiations when times come for it. But he's also good for a sword arm, so an extra guard or two amongst the caravan would do us good.
Severe.
If we must.
Following that, we have our resident Wainwright and alchemist. Kogan, come on over. It's half-orcish individual, no shirt, just kind of walks him and it's like, what do you need, boss? Kind of gives an appraising glance to all of you as he kind of pushes up his spectacles. Kogan's into. Try to be careful around some of the barrels that we carry with us, just in case we do get in a little over our heads. I've got some things to aid in escapes or larger scale warfare. Kind of gives a wink to Adana and, nods to the rest of you.
Oh, Lord.
Well, look at the caravan leader go. You travel with a lot of orcs.
They're kind of a common fare when it comes to these lands, and there are a number that are looking for better lives than just kill or be killed. Must you understand? She then looks around and is like, Then we have our forager and fellow guard. Tasha, come on over. She calls over this half-elf looking individual of dusky skin and, somewhat decently geared. She kind of steps over and nods to each of you. I've heard of your tales. You seem quite prolific in town. Hope that we can do good work together.
And now we have more pointy ears. Oh, God.
She kind of just looks at you at the comment and just shakes her head. I'm gonna get back to work, boss.
Oh, don't worry about him.
Alana nods. Go ahead. What were you saying?
Yeah, don't worry about him. He's not racist. He hates us all equally.
Very true.
Especially you, furry man.
I see.
You're not a dwarf. I don't like you.
He doesn't like anyone that's not a dwarf.
Feelings mutual. She kind of heads away. None, I suppose that leaves our
She would have been
last...
prettier if she had scales.
Or a terrier.
I suppose that leaves our last member, fellow merchant and cook, to aid us along the way. Jess, are you sure you're ready? What was that? Who was that? Right.
Jess!
Miss Alana.
My dear girl, yay!
Your face, I recognize it. I don't remember name. Wait a second.
Don't worry,
It's
we
coming to
wish we
me.
could
It's coming to
forget
me.
it too.
Shirley.
Yes! You remembered that I at least have a name, thank you.
Darlin is like trying not to fall over laughing.
No, that's a lady's name. That doesn't work, although you are very pretty. And she like starts flipping through like a notebook and like flipping through things. Description. Self.
Yep, that's me. Good job.
Easy
And
way,
he claps.
easy way to remember his name. This is how I do it. His name is Silt, which rhymes with filth.
Well, that doesn't very match his description.
It matches his personality.
Oh, exactly.
Ah.
So it just fades back into crotch.
Anyway. Hello.
Fades into sadness.
I heard that everyone was going on an adventure, and that well, my town, my shop kind of took some severe damage and the like. So I figured that it was the least that I could do in order to help the town and help the fine folks that redeemed the name of my shuttles. That I would come along and help.
Oh boy.
Oh, it sounds good. If you get scared, just stay close to me.
I was gonna say hide.
I am fairly decent at both of those skills, I think.
There's
Kinda
nothing
looks
wrong
around.
with hiding when you're scared. As Gochin, he's good at it.
And watch me all turn around and look back, and she's just invisible.
Yeah, you notice that Jess, instead of like the general merchant's garments that she normally wears, has a light chain shirt and a long bow. It seems somewhat used, like it has seen use in the past.
So she bought it secondhand, is what you're saying.
Yeah, she's got some basic equipment. You are unsure whether or not she is proficient or skilled with these, but she seems at least to have something for the road.
Can I
Yeah.
roll a bluff check so I can start a room that Roddy wets the bed amongst the caravan?
You may certainly try.
Got to bet that he wants to what?
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
That he wants to what?
Good to know. He wets the bed.
He's a bad
Oh, is this us getting him back for what he caused in town?
Yes.
Yes.
He put me under an enchantment, and as a bard, I understand. But also as a bard, he's now fucked. His life is going to be a living hell.
As a bard, I get it, but as a bard, fuck you.
Yep.
Yep. The petty people. But Jess kind of returns back to doing some inventory with very haphazard notes, and like you can see like 2 pencils still kind of sticking out of like that messy fray of hair that she has.
Do you need... Never mind. And I'm just gonna walk away.
Well, I suppose that is it for introductions. We have enough space for everyone. As a curiosity on my part, how many of you are actually acquainted with caravan travel?
I'm acquainted with marching long distances.
Yes, I usually travel alone. But yeah, never caravan.
I've actually never left town that far.
Oh, God.
I see. Well, as we travel, you will each be responsible for assisting with some facet of the caravan's needs. As you know, we are trekking into dangerous territory. There may be occasional need for other foragers, scouts, as well as nighttime guards for shifts. We may need some assistance with cooking. And of course, the animals will need to be tended to as much as the humans will amongst the caravan. Well, humanoids. Gives, light chuckle. Beyond that, when we make for camp at each night, we will using the caravan wagons as a triangular formation. Tents will need to be set up. There is camping equipment. There will be a morning and a evening setup and breakdown. You will be expected to assist with this as well. But beyond that, as we travel, get as comfy as you can, I suppose. It's not exactly conducive environment for much in the ways of crafts of the like, but you may find that the scenery might provide some inspirations for other more menial or mental works. We are like to stop at least once within the day to give the horses break. Otherwise, we run the risk of running them a little too ragged. It's at these times that you'll be able to take a break, wander around for a moment, or if all goes well, take a breather. Are there any questions before we depart?
There yet?
No.
Do we have any alcohol?
If you did not bring it, then no.
I'll be right back, and I'm gonna run off and I'm gonna buy some ale.
Are
Do
you
we need to
going
buy a
to?
barrel of ale? Is that what you're saying?
Are you going to
Yes.
the? Are you going to the killing grounds, or are you going to the Ramblewood?
Whichever is the closest. I don't want to hold them up too long.
That would be the Ramble House, and you know that you know that the halfling hostess is a cheap proprietor.
So no dwarven stout. Got it.
Just bushlight.
Basically, you are getting the like Miller Lite, like barest of tap brews. Like it's the easiest stuff that she can sell out.
Getting Cobra 40 malt liquors, guys.
You want some of the better stuff? The Killing Ground is probably your place to go.
I'll just buy the cheap barrel.
Very well. You get some cheap ale.
It's better than water. And I'll walk back with a barrel on my shoulder and go, I'm ready now.
Very well. Get it all loaded up. Let Jess know what it is. That way she can make sure it's marked properly. And we'll be on our way. As I said before, our journey to Castle Eberstein should take us roughly about 2 days. Give or take. And with that...
It's not going to take that short. I just feel it in my gut.
Of course it's not.
Hmm.
What? What are you talking about? Right. You've met your party members. Let me go ahead. I don't actually have a wagon token, which makes me... Oh no, I could just use this, I suppose.
Okay. I will make sure that Jess labels it properly. Someone to stand there and watch her label the barrel of ale.
Yeah, no, the moment that you tell her what it is and give her, like, the setup to just go at it, like, you can tell that everything in the supply wagon is labeled appropriately. Like, while the notes and, like, where everything is at might be a disjointed mess, like, just moving through a little bit of the chaos, it's like, once you find something, you know exactly what it is. While she may seem like a bit of a mess, it seems like there is some semblance of, like, organization. It might just only make sense to her.
Good. So, a barrel. Okay.
Oh,
Just doing math to make sure I pay the right amount of money.
not a problem. But with that, the party makes their way out of Trunau and into the wildlands. The area of which Trunau inhabits within the Hold of Belgson, to many, who reside in this area, would be known as the Conquered Lands. It's common knowledge that the orcs consider it as such, as it's one of the areas of most recency that has been claimed by the orcs, and the line of Lastwall's border had been pushed back yet again. Trunau just happens to be that one stubborn human civilization that just refuses to cede their land. But out in these wilderness, it's a bit of a dry lands. You can see that there is wagon travel here and there. Only brave individuals who are willing to risk that journey, or those that have gained some semblance of allowed passage, are able to travel these lands without too much impediment. As you're traveling about, I'm sure that a number of you are keeping some attention out to the, open plain lands that this area is. But I would like one of you to go ahead and just give me a D100 roll. While the conquered lands may be inhabited by the orcs, it is not a guarantee that, there's a large concentration of them at any given place. You guys are getting from the cusp of
Roll are we making?
a D100.
So far you did.
I rolled a 5.
All right.
We shove him into danger first. All in favor?
Oh, by all means.
You're more sacrificial than Champion, I'm sorry. But not sorry.
It wouldn't matter to me anyway.
Yes, so you guys are actually getting to that, effectively, you're getting towards the end of summer, and you know that pretty soon here, within the next few days, it's going to be what is called, what you would regard as fall. And for the locals of Trunau, Ava, Gochin, and actually that's it at this point. Well, Evana would likely know this as a citizen of Lastwall. The proving time is about to begin, which marks the end of the flood truce, the time of which the orcs stop doing, the flood truce is effectively the time where they decide to, go out, find mates, hunt the animals that migrate from the realm of the Mammoth Lords, and where all battle between orc clans is strictly prohibited. It's the time of new alliances, or the beginning of new feuds. Within the next few days, you expect that you will pass the requisite equinox to start the fall season, and thus begin the time of fighting once more. Do it quickly, you might not have to deal with it too long. With a 5, as the party stops for the break for the horses, I would like for those who wish to assist on the scouting side of things or the watch side of things, to go ahead and give me a survival check.
Who's currently on the scout watch side of things?
Any who would like to join in? I need at least one of you, though.
I'll join in for the first round.
Okay. Ethena's in.
I'll try,
Olgus?
but it probably won't be that helpful. Yep. I'm too busy kicking rocks.
You're trying to convince Dolgus of the importance of ale. That's what you've been trying to do. You're distracted.
It is the two of you that during this break time have taken to wandering the plainlands not too far away. You know that you are likely to expect some form of resistance. So, as such, I would like for someone else to go ahead and roll me a D100. Don't be shy.
Not it.
It appears to the possibly worried demeanor of both Dolgus and Edna. Dolgus, there are these weird, like, tracks that look like they're straight, right? They don't look like animal tracks. They're weird. They don't belong in nature, right? They almost remind you of the weird rolly thing that you've been traveling on, right? But these are bigger, and they're accompanied by like you're not sure how many exactly, but there's a lot of them. There's a lot of boot prints, right? Not paw prints, boot prints, like the rest of like the kind that people in your party would wear. And it's with this inference that Evana, who's got some more militaristic training, could determine that there's likely some sort of siege squad or demolition squad of sorts that is wandering around these plainlands. Whether it's a remnant of the attack on Trunau that seemed to have branched off, or whether it is something more sinister, you're not sure. But within the nearby vicinity, maybe less than a day's freshness, you think that there might be a wandering squad of orcs with some sort of be it demolition, be it siege, artillery. Something relatively dangerous for a caravan just wandering the plainlands. Sadly, with the way that the hillscapes are, you don't have a clear view of the sweeping horizons. But it is certainly worrying. What would you guys like to do?
Can we tell which way the boot prints are going?
It seems that they are heading further north towards the river,
Okay.
if you were to guess. As a note, each of these hexes are effectively a 5-mile like radius, so to speak. Crossing each of these hexes, will move you an additional 5 miles. So you think that if they were to be anywhere nearby, they might be likened to one of the northern hexes above you. If you had to guess.
Okay.
Maybe we should go find them. Maybe they want to be friends.
I don't want to be friends with them.
Gochu does, don't you, Gochu?
Nope.
See?
Nope.
He's not arguing back. He wants to be friends with.
I mean, maybe we should we let the party know that we found tracks so we can be preparing.
Probably. Since everybody else is being quiet.
Yep.
Sorry, I'm just doing a lot of typing right now.
I can't hear you guys. I'm at the caravan.
So then I suppose that the two of you return back to the rest of the caravan to share the news.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Also convincing Chompy it's not giant, so he doesn't have to be afraid of going ham.
That'd be nice. Yeah.
Yeah, Chompy's got that look of like big tracks. He's utterly unsure, and they smell weird. Like he does not like the scent of these tracks.
Oh, so they're giant tracks. Okay.
Oh boy.
They may or may not be giant tracks, but
If Chompy believes they're scary, then they must be giant tracks. That is Dolgus's firm opinion.
So you all return and impart the news onto your party. Bulan, of course, kind of just gives the wry smile and will nod with the information that you give her. Roddy would kind of welcome. It's like, so are we expecting how many number? 5, 10, 15? Something we need to go hunt down? Or something that we're just wishing to keep an eye on as we travel ahead? We're going to have to make camp again here soon, and if they're less than a day out, then might they come across us in the night? Gogan from the back of the wagon would just go, "You're worrying too much. We just, if they show up, we'll give them a nice explosive surprise." Why not? Roddy would kind of like look at him as like, quite done with explosions. Had enough of that shit. The other caravan members would kind of dismiss Roddy's worrying and just kind of lightly chuckle at him. They don't seem to take him very seriously.
Good.
I would recommend we just keep an eye out and keep trekking, but that's my opinion.
Whilst I manage the caravan's ongoings, the direction of which you all take in order to defend it is entirely up to you. So, if you wish us to keep moving, that we can do. Or if you wish us to wait for a time in order for you to investigate further, it is also your proclivity. Just understand that trekking out will lose us a little bit of time. But it may also ensure safety and give you an advantage in terms of being the hunters rather than the hunted.
I'm for whatever. I'm ranged, so if we want to do a sneak attack, that set up.
I mean, we can vote on it.
What
And
does
then-
one of these want to do?
If something
This
bigger
one.
comes, you guys run away and I'll stay behind.
Do you wish to engage or do you wish to defend? They may not even come your way. Who knows? Gochin's on defense. Ethana's on defense. What does Darlin say?
Well, this is we need to get moving. This is gonna take forever.
Olga seconds that opinion.
Very well. Sounds like you are all on the defensive mindset. You carry on with the rest of the day in order to travel ahead and eventually find a place in which you will need to make camp as the dark sets in and night eclipses you. It's nice and clear skies, luckily, as the further you slip into the fall, the drier it ends up becoming. In this evening, what are you doing in order to assist in defense? Who's taking what watches?
I'll take my watch since I can see in the dark.
Any others offering a watch?
Sure.
First, second, or third?
I'll take first.
Okay. So we've got Darlin on first, Sylph on second. Who's on third?
Will it affect Dolgus' spells if Dolgus takes third?
No.
Okay, then Dolgus will take third with Chompy.
All right.
Still trying to cheer up his pet dino.
Absolutely. That being the case, then, I would like for Darlin to go ahead and roll me a d5.
Gotta make shit difficult, don't you?
Oh, yes.
It's a one! It's a me, a Mario!
You and Roddy are on first watch.
I'm gonna start drinking.
You're gonna start drinking, huh?
Yep.
I don't think
Very
that's a good idea, but
I'm a dwarf. I say what's a good idea.
On this night, then, I would like for you to give me a perception check.
A fail check? Okay, here it goes.
oh boy.
Told you.
That's amazing.
I told you it was gonna be a fail check.
That's fantastic. I'm proud of you.
They'll never make me do watch again.
Oh god. Well, let's see how Roddy helps. Not much better, but still better than a drunk Darlin.
I'm not drunk yet.
True. So you bring out the barrel of cheap ale, and Roddy kind of paces around the encampment as the sun sinks into the horizon. People kind of start making their way to their tents and things like that. He kind of looks at you, crack it open, and it's like, drinking on watch?
Drinking on daily life.
See. Suppose I'll be on watch myself then. Thank you for all that you and your friends did.
I still have the hammer, brother. That man. The hammer. The one that, probably was used to beat him to a pulp.
Yeah, he definitely notices it, but he certainly isn't trying to like make a big deal of it, kind of thing. But kind of look at you and why stick around though? Why accept the new mission?
I'm looking for something.
Oh, is that so?
Yep.
What exactly are you looking for then?
Love and adventure. What else does anyone look for? And I start drinking more.
He kind of nods to that. You sound more like a bard than you do a smith. Though I suppose that smithing is an art of itself.
Just nod and keep drinking.
He, notes the reluctance to answer him, and he just kind of does that, like, awkward, like, so.
Yeah.
He just kind of, tries to continue paying attention to the horizon. And, an awkward 3 hours later, and you guys' shift comes to an end without any harassment. There's a few, like...
barrel of ale back, and then we'll go to bed.
So, Roddy will kind of go wake up Sylph and, hey, it's your watch.
Oh, all right. You get some rest and moisten your sheets.
He just kind of, like, has that look of, like... He wants to argue, but you can tell he doesn't feel like he deserves to argue. So he just kind of heads over to his tent and retires for the evening. Sylph, go ahead and give me a D4. All right. It seems that you are on watch with Miss Tasha.
She was Jess.
No Jess for you. She doesn't like the creepy man.
So, you two are kind of doing watch, for about the first 15, 20 minutes. Things seem relatively quiet. It doesn't seem like Tasha is the type that talks a lot, but you can catch that, she sends glances your way every once in a while as she patrols around the outskirts of the caravan wagons. She looks to, each of the different tents, every once in a while you can see like a flicker of light just kind of dim out from inside the tent. Somebody probably, heading off to full sleep or, instead of just sitting there reading or things of that nature. Is there anything that you say during this time or an engagement that you do, or are we just keeping an eye out?
Grab a stick and sit down, and I'm gonna draw a hashtag into the sand over at her and hand her the stick.
Tic-tac-toe.
You know that we're on watch, right?
Yes, and it's your move.
I would like a charisma check. Not a diplomacy, just a charisma check.
What if that's
Stats, core.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're all good. You're all good. Just letting you know. Sorry, but I think I'll pass. I actually like making sure that, we live through the night.
Fine.
She continues to kind of patrol around. She seems like a not necessarily like raging bitch, but she definitely seems like that, duty bound kind of, no nonsense style of person. Almost like she's always studying her surroundings.
Then Sylph will get up and tag along.
Okay. You'll see that every once in a while she'll range away from the camp just a little bit, not more than maybe, 30 feet roughly, just to kind of get a little further, look on the surrounding environs. Just kind of methodically paces around, making sure to stop here and there, trying to find small little hill crests in order to look about. I would like for you to go ahead and roll me a perception check if you're trekking along with her. Okay. As you guys are kind of moving around, she would point out to the distance the almost like this light glimmer that you're sure is probably a good mile out as you're at the top of one of these hill crests. It's about, I want to say 10 miles. Kestrel River never stops moving. You can always catch a faint glimmer on a clear night. It's a good way to mark which way is north. If it goes out, you know something's on its way.
Very interesting.
I did stay late though.
Moonlight, unless it's a dark sky. Should kind of nod to the voice that carries on the winds.
Is she an elf?
Elf.
Half.
It seems. Of course, lineages can be a little muddied in these territories, considering the culture within these lands.
I mean, she could just be. No, never mind. I'm gonna be quiet.
Guys patrol around a little bit further and, keep an eye on things. All things considered, you might hear the sound of a little bit of wildlife and likely a wild wolf kind of zip on through and hear the cry of something dying in the distance and being dragged off. But nothing that seems to set Tasha on the aggressive alert.
Anything making Chompy overly cautious? Beyond standard of what he knows.
Chompy's been sleeping during this time, along with you.
Oh, this is still during the night. I thought this was as we were traveling.
Mm-hmm. It's during the night. No, you're good. You're good. For the most part, when you're traveling with the caravan, Chompy stays with the caravan as well, and nothing is quite set Chompy off. But speaking of Chompy, it seems that the second watch is peaceful, all things considered.
Can Sylph lay next in Roddy, the same Roddy, so that way I can tap my shirt before I fall asleep?
I'm sorry, what was that?
So I want to sleep in the same tent as Roddy, so that way I can tap my shirt. before I fall asleep.
Tap your shirt.
So my metal vibrates, makes a humming sound.
Ah, I see. I see. Roll me a D100. Okay. You ring your shirt a little bit, and it kind of gives those nice little chiming tunes. And as you lay down to fall asleep, you note that Roddy's like light little snores almost go in tune with the sound of your chain shirt.
What have I done?
The half elf Lastasha kind of heads over to the tent where she knows the dwarf to be, and kind of shakes it a little
Which
bit.
one?
Yours. Shakes it a little bit and says, "Your turn for a watch."
No, Choppy, you're fine. I can solve them. Yeah, I'll be out there in a moment.
Dolgus, go ahead and roll me a d3.
Dolgus isn't wearing his armor, by the way, when he crawls out of that tent. He's just wearing his loincloth.
Very fair.
Anyway, you said roll a d3? 1 moment.
Mm-hmm.
Slash 1d3. You little punk. You don't want to roll me my dice. Well, screw you.
I see. It appears that as you wake up, you can kind of hear the somewhat, like, it's not loud per se, but it's definitely like distinct of this small little like squeak of yawning that kind of comes from the tent over as you see the like frazzled redheaded hair of Jess kind of poke her head on. It's like, huh, I suppose it's time that I did a watch or something. Oh, hi, morning.
Morning.
She kind of gets out and brings a small bag of softened clinking sounds, and you guys can kind of she heads over to the fire, and it's like seems that we're on watch for the super early morning hours.
I guess I guess so. Don't mind Chompy, he's just napping.
You just kind of hear the small, little, echoing of, little T-Rex. What could be a yawn sounds a little bit like a growl. Not quite, though. She just kind of nods, maybe a little too fast for somebody who just woke up, but, she's always seemed like a ball of energy. Yeah.
What was your name again? I'm not good with names.
I am Jess, and I'm not good with names either. What's your name?
Dolgus.
Dolgus. Yeah. No, I should be a. 1 second. She kind of pulls out a pencil from her hair and pulls out a small little notebook and seems to do a quick little note taking and then closes. All right. I should be able to remember that. She looks back at her book and flips through it again. Yeah, no, I think we're good. So, Stolkus, you do the adventuring thing.
I guess more like wandering. I just go wherever Buckrug leads me.
Is that what do they call it? Is that your calling, or is that was that your priest or something that told you to do a thing, or?
No, don't be ridiculous. Buckrug's my god.
I don't really remember much when it comes to like divinity. I
Oh,
know
it's
I know
okay.
my
It's
name.
okay. You just have to look over there. You can see an example right there. Probably one of his avatars, you know.
That is fairly interesting. I've never met an avatar before. I heard there was something that like had to do with elements or something.
Hello, what of it?
You know, like flames or like wind or like rivers or the ground. Is
You're
is
not
that
making a lick of sense.
is that not what an avatar does?
Oh, shoot. It's kind of more like, I guess I guess you could call it like he's got like a little fragment of old Buckrug's divinity in him somewhere.
Oh, like a cleric.
But no, don't be ridiculous.
Oh, it just like looks away like a little like, oh, I said something stupid again. So, why'd you take the job then? If you're not like an adventurer?
I just go wherever Chompy leads me.
Oh, that's very uh, what's the word? Rustic?
At least that was how I got here, and then they kind of temporarily killed him, and now I just got to get some vengeance because I can't just let that go unanswered.
Oh, I see. I can understand that. Like, as you guys are chatting, like she's setting up a small pot to boil, and it seems like she's got a couple bundles of like some dried goods and things like that that might turn into some sort of like soup stock or materials and stuff. Nothing fancy, but maybe a little better than a ration for the day. So, are you, since you wander a lot, are you particularly talented with like the woods and the lands then, or?
Oh yeah, most of Buckrug's priesthoods are. I always said I was back in the village. Been a while since I've been in the village.
I see. You live very far then, or just like in the woods to the south, or?
Oh, no. It was up in, actually, out of character, I forget, but I believe I picked a specific march that was like hundreds of miles away or something.
You were like from the River Kingdoms or some nonsense.
Yeah. Oh, no. Well, what do you fleshies call it? Shoot.
You might call it the Green Belt.
I think you all call it the green belt, yeah.
Let's see if she actually has heard of such a thing. Never heard of it. But it sounds like you had an adventure on the way here, and that's pretty cool. I have lived in Trunau for a while. There was another smaller town not too far not too far south of like Trunau, but it doesn't exist anymore, and so we moved to Trunau.
Why weren't you at the gate then?
I'm sorry, what was that?
He was asking her why she wasn't at the gate, the gate battle where we were all like battling off waves of orcs.
Oh, yeah. So I had actually I was there when the first stones fell from the sky, and the sky was falling, and it was burning my shop, and so I tried to do what I could in order to save what things I could, and then orcs attacked, and well, that was kind of problematic, and I tried to talk to them, and it wasn't a good time, and then Roddy and his friends came by, and things were a little settled for a moment
At some
there.
point, about partway through her rambling, Dolgus is going to stand up, just kind of nodding. Is there anything sturdy standing up nearby, like a rock or a tree or anything?
I'd imagine that there is like a hill with like a tree not too far off the way.
Okay.
Trees are a bit sparse here. They're not like big.
Okay, is there like a
thick
boulder
trees.
that might be near?
Probably.
Okay. I'm just going to he's going to hold up a big, thick sausage dwarven finger. No. What you gotta do when something's messing with you, when something's just about to get you, okay? You gotta just show them Balrog's justice. And what is Balrog's justice? Well, it's this, you see? And he's going to go ahead and cast Stone Fist, by the way, on his head. So he's got like a forehead of stone.
Okay.
He's just going to smack into he's just going to headbutt this rock here.
Okay, that
and that will ignore hardness for the rock.
That is certainly a very, very powerful display. I am not sure I am capable of doing that. I do have a bow. I had some lessons when I was younger, and I think I can aim it pretty well. But that is mighty impressive. Go ahead and roll me.
Hey, it's fine if you're not that great. You can just I got it. You can find another one of Balrog's avatars. Like Chompy here. I rescued him from a cage of slavers or trappers or something.
Go ahead and give me a perception check while you're out at the stone.
Okay, cool. Will do. Spells. That's spells. No, it's going to go to skills. Okay.
But Jess does seem relatively, impressed while like she's preparing some foods and stuff.
Doesn't matter. She doesn't have scales. She's not a good mate.
She seems to be being polite and like talking more out of like maybe a bit of nervousness kind of situation. Not so much for you, but just like it seems like she has not left True Now in a very long time. But we'll go ahead and roll her perception as well. Okay. But yeah, she seems fairly fascinated with your display. And as you two continue to conversate, you are able to have a morning. She offers you some like morning like porridge almost. It's got like little chunks of dried beef that have kind of like softened, but it's certainly something. And with that,
I just want to say that 500 years from now, there's going to be an adventuring party passing through this area. They're going to set up camp next to this rock, and then one of them is going to be like, "Hey, why is there a dwarven head shape in this rock?"
No, stop! Like there is a straight like dent from like where you smashed your head into it. But yeah, you guys are able to wake up nicely rested, and it seems that the evening passed by without too much harassment. Seems that this orc artillery likely did not head your way in the evening. Maybe they continued north. Maybe they were in transit to a different location. Who knows? But you can kind of take a little breath easier that you've made it through the first day and should hopefully reach Castle Everstand by the end of this day. Is there anything you guys would like to do in the morning? Who wishes to help tend to the animals?
I guess Dolgus will reluctantly help with these much lesser beasts compared to Chompy.
Yeah, I don't do animals.
I've got some ranks in it, but I have a terrible charisma score, so this is not going to go well.
Then I would like a handle animal. Yep. An 11. You are able to make sure that the horses for the wagons are fed, and while they don't really let you groom them or take care of them, they seem a little ornery around you.
Well, he just
But-
gets ornery right back at them until they let him do his job. That's how you
And
gotta treat these animals.
and you are able to get the job done. They are ready for travel, though they could certainly be, in better condition.
There we go, job done. I did amazing like usual. Y'all were awful.
Dasha just kind of looks at you with a shake of the head, like, this guy. Alana just kind of like nods, gives us a little soft laugh. It's like, very well, if everyone has had breakfast and gotten their things and tents broken down, we can resume our journey to Castle Everstand. We'll need to
Somewhere
push
between the night and now, he's gotten his scale mail back on.
perfectly fine. Any objections to moving forward?
Nope.
Nope.
Very well then. It is during the course of your first half of the morning that as you travel, you all can kind of hear the rumbling of the wagon wheels beneath your designated carts, and as you travel, things seem to get a little rougher as you continue until eventually you hear this snap, and I would like for, let's see, we didn't exactly designate who's in what cart, so I'm gonna roll a d3 or a d6 and see who we get. So we'll get Ava, Athena, makes sense, and Darlin, all in the same wagon. I need for the three of you to go ahead and give me reflex saves, as it seems that your cart has suffered a broken wheel, broken axle, something, and is overturning a bit.
Where is that?
I'll go ahead and roll Ava's real quick. Someone also give me a D5. Two. Perfect.
We all need to make the reflex save.
No, not everyone. Just Darlin, Ava, and Athena.
Gochin, why'd you roll? Sheesh.
And with inspired courage on.
And the other person who is going to need to make one. Passes. As Jess, Athena, Darlin, and Ava are all, kind of scattered about in their wagon. Each of you are going to take half of this damage. So 8 points of damage. But you are all able to keep your footing and not take the full brunt of it, and kind of clamber out of the wagon as the front two wagons, slow to a stop, as Ruddy kind of sticks his head out and is like, "Are you lot all right?"
I'll be fine.
Could be better.
Token kind of hops out of the driver's seat for the other wagon. It's like, what in the hell's?
So we're all dead, right?
You're not. You're
6
not
million
all
damage?
dead.
No, we're not dead.
You only
Just
only
bruised.
took 8.
Just
Charlotte's
bruised.
pinned under the wagon and dying.
No.
It builds character.
Goes back as a ghost. Haunts Syl forever.
Do it.
Making sure he's gonna be, instead of his wingman, he's gonna be his no man. Anytime somebody hits on him, he's gonna be like, no ma'am, you don't want that.
So you got, you guys getting out of the wagon, or you?
First I'm gonna stand up.
Yep.
Yep.
Standing up rather than crawling. Good call.
And then I'm gonna walk out of the wagon and go, what the hell, Gochin?
One of these.
One of these things just doesn't belong here.
Oh, see, it is Gochin's fault. He's not saying anything. Fucking knew it. He's a saboteur. Goddamn orc bloods.
Wow.
He was the bump that broke the axle. He fell out of the wagon and broke.
Oh, sorry about that. I was on the phone with my mom.
Tell her we said
Your
hi.
ass is now broke.
But as I said, I come out of the wagon and go, what the hell, Gochin? What you break now?
I didn't do nothing.
I don't know what the fuck happened, but take a look at this. Kind of like, you can see the half-orc alchemist kind of step on over towards, the busted wagon that you guys are kind of hopping out. From what it looks like, it seems that the axle split, kind of near the left wheel a bit. And seems to be a bit, splintered about. Is the wheels kind of like at that like hard angle where it is no longer supporting the weight above it. It's like, yes, hell's below. We need to take a minute if we're gonna keep this car. We need to get this shit fixed up right. And he just sits there and starts fucking grumbling and like grabbing some of the stuff from the supply wagon in order to suit some repairs together. Is there anything you guys would like to do?
Scout.
Anyone wish to assist with the repair of wagon?
I can help by maybe lifting it a little.
Can
I'll-
I do a perception check?
I'll bring my crowbar.
What are you trying to perceive?
If there's anyone waiting for us, because it could have been a trap.
Give me a perception check.
Your face is a trap.
Yeah.
A trap full of ugly. Oh!
Yeah.
Sylph. She's kind of like scanning the horizon as everyone's like kind of clambering out of the wagons. It is at this time that on the horizon you can see a little bit of that glint from the north vanish as you can hear what sounds like the footfalls of several individuals, creatures maybe, heading your direction.
Roddy, I think I hear your mom calling from that way.
My mom's dead, dude. What the
You're
fuck?
dad. I meant dad. Shh. Hush. Just run that way. No, I'm just playing. Guys, I hear something.
Fucking asshole.
I think he hasn't forgiven you for enchanting him.
Look, it was one time.
And that's all it needs.
As like Roddy gets his armor and weapons to get ready, and it's like, are we doing this? Like, fuck's going on?
Yeah, Gochin, go over there. Tell me what you see.
Yeah, so we are going to go ahead and end the session a little bit early. I little.
You don't have a map ready because you're a loser.
I have maps. I think this is a
Loser.
good stopping point because this will take much longer than a half hour.
Well, what I want you to do for me is this.
Mm.
When you leave your room and you inevitably go see Steph, because I know that's what you're going to do, tell her I said to drink water.
I will. She actually had a bottle with her.